Hi, welcome back to This and That Planning. First off, like usual, we're going to go ahead and show off these nails. I went with a 90s theme so you guys can see and check that out. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to show you guys, I'm actually pretty proud of this. I once upon a time got a random pull from SPC. And I was a little disappointed because I got the Blast Off kit, which was a New Year's Eve for 2021. And it actually, it was a very cute kit, but it's well past 2021 New Year's. So this week I happened to get COVID. And I thought that this might be the time that I could actually pull in the kit because we got lots of pajamas going on. I slept for 2 days straight. Holy crap. Then I have the Get Me Off This Planet. Right here it says goodbye 2020, and then Blast Off, it's like you get that positive test and it's like, okay, here we go. I didn't have enough for the sidebar. I know I mixed my metals because I did use a silver kit from Caress Press, the Lullaby Baby foil. Figured the teddy bears were too perfect. This is actually from Erin Condren. So the color matched very well, and I was trying to fill up the sidebar. It was just rose gold, so I'm like, well, we'll deal. And then I couldn't figure out what to do with the rest of the sidebar. And then it came to me, the definition of COVID. So that's what I did, is I filled it in. And I think I ended up saving this kit, and it doesn't so much look like a New Year's kit anymore. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm actually really proud of how smart I got with it. All right. Okay, so I will be laying down the base for June 6th to June 12th of 2022. I am going to be using the home kit from Caress Press, which I am showing you right here. And I will be using the Luxe Matte Bronze Foil, also from Caress Press. This week I was moving, recovering from COVID, and moving out of my apartment. So it was an interesting week. I added on the 15mm strip and the Fashion Grows, which is not available anymore, but you can still buy the foil and the home kit off of Scribble Prints Co. website. Okay, so I will just be recording laying down bases. I will not be recording plan with me's at this time, which I will actually explain in a moment. So here I'm laying down the washi. I do prefer to start with the washi, and for some strange reason, for me it's a little bit easier to lay down washi when it is upside down. I guess I'm just a little crazy that way, but it helps me line it up. I use the tweezers on one end and my fingers on the other. And with this is her old format, so her bottom washi was one solid strip, and I believe I was looking for it just a moment ago. So with the solid strips, the only way that I could find that I could do them is to lay them down and just cut what hung over the edge with a pair of scissors. I've seen a whole bunch of people do a lot of different things, from Kitnish Jess using her little cutter board. I have a cutter board. I tried that. It did not go well for some reason. I don't know why. I can't remember why it didn't go well, but it didn't go well. And I've seen other people lay down the foil and then use a slicing tool. I tried that once. I'm not great at laying down the foil when it's on the sheet. Maybe my eyes aren't the best, I'm not sure. Or they're just more talented than I, but this is the only way I can figure out. Here I am cutting it with the scissors. Why I will not be doing plan with me's at this time is in my lifetime, sadly, I have actually experienced stalking in real life, and this is prior to social media and internet, before all the things blew up. Yes, even before MySpace, if you can imagine. But it was actually just prior to them changing stalking laws, and it was quite a scary thing to experience. And when you do plan with me's and you're sharing your day by days, and inevitably you end up giving hints as to where you live, and occupation and people in your lives. So it just makes it easier sometimes to get a real life stalker. I'm a teacher besides being interested in the planning community, and sometimes having my students know too much about my life can be more than I'm bargaining for. So at this time, I'm just going to be showing you laying down my bases. So a couple things that I do when I'm laying down the base. I do lay my bases down ahead of time. I'm kind of behind. I do have a tendency to like to lay down my bases before the week. So like on Sunday, I would fill in the week that we're in for that Sunday, and then I would lay down the base for this coming week. So that's how I would typically do it. Right now I am behind. It's summertime and all kinds of stuff happens during summer. It's harder when you don't have a schedule. So I'm not exactly up to speed just yet, but hopefully I'm going to get caught up soon. So when I lay down the foil, I just noticed that I did it. For myself, it's easier to line it up on the edge. I hold it down with one finger, and then I find about a midway point and put it down, and then just let the rest of it fall. That's the easiest way that I have found. With this one, it was very nice with the grid. Since it is a little bit larger, I was able to line it up on one of the lines of the grid, which made my life very nice. I actually enjoyed this foil so much that I went back and bought 3 more of the gold bronze Luxe. I know a lot of people haven't been enjoying the Luxe, but I really like it in the matte bronze. Sorry, the matte bronze. I don't know what I was just saying. I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to find out what it was that I just said. So with my memory planning, I do it, I think, a little bit differently than what I've seen other people on YouTube do. Not entirely different. I'm kind of meshing a couple of things. There's Tattoo Teacher Plans, and actually she has a video, and I should link it to this in the description bar, which actually I will. So she has a video where she shows how she does small pictures of things that are going on in her real life, which is another reason why not to do the plan with me. I know, like, Glam Planner, she has the pictures of her son, and he is just all too adorable. But sometimes, because of being a teacher and I do have an after school club, I will have pictures of my students, not my classroom students, but my after school club students. I will have pictures of them in my memory planner, as well as other people in my life that I'm not so sure about sharing. But I did use the method for Tattoo Teacher Plans to add actual pictures into it. I like the concept. It's a memory planner, and it's kind of like scrapbooking, but on a planner, if that makes sense. So I do add pictures into my planner. Another thing, I know that a lot of people will put in, like, that they work, or, you know, different things that they did at work. When I think about what I want to remember, that's not what I want to remember. So I tend to leave days that I work out. If it's kind of a crazy day, or, you know, an odd day or a fun day, I might include those into my memory planner, but for the most part, I do try to keep work out of it. And why I'm able to lay down my base ahead of time is because another thing that I will do is I will decide on my top moments. So if I have a really big day and a lot of things happened, I will only put in the things that I want to remember the most. So it makes me a little bit more discerning when I do my planning. But like I said, at this moment, I am not really going to be doing the plan with me's, but I've always appreciated watching people lay down bases and see how they come up with things, their creative process, maybe even how they fix different things, different struggles that they might encounter. I think I encountered a few here, just not yet. Several of the recordings that I've done, because I recorded a little bit ahead, because again, moving. So since I recorded a bit ahead, I know that the undo is out and sitting right next to where I record. It's interesting because you watch these videos that other people do playing with me's and you think it's so simple and so easy, and it's just not as easy as you think. And editing, and now I'm doing my first ever voiceover, and it's already been a struggle. I've been going back and forth between 2 laptops and 2 editing softwares and just trying to figure out all the things. So I hope you guys bear with me as I navigate and learn how to do YouTube videos. So right here on this page, I think I'm checking to make sure it's straight. But on the page with the 4 days, the Thursday through Sunday, I like to move my double box scene. I like to keep it on Saturday, Sunday, and I like to move it from the bottom 2, the middle 2, and the top 2. I try to avoid using my pictures as a diagonal across the page. I do like to color block, so you're going to see that in just a second when I start with the second round of glitter headers. I'm kind of more of a, I don't know how to explain this. I want to say organized person instead of creative person. I am creative, but I'm kind of creative with a pattern. You know, I can crochet a blanket, I need a pattern. I can cook a meal, I need a recipe. So everything kind of needs to have its spot. And so I really like color blocking. Every now and then I will try to change it up and not color block. That will happen. So hopefully you'll be able to see one of those in the future where I don't color block. But for the most part, I do like to color block. It makes my life easy. And then it's just kind of, do I want to use a pattern box or just a regular box? You know, just, it's all, I don't have to think about it. And I like it quite a bit. Just like I said, I do like the color block, and it looks a little more structured to me. There's a lot of different things that I've tried out. Like I said, here I like to change the double box from bottom, middle, top, and where I lay the other boxes will depend on whether I'm at the bottom, middle, or top that day. The other page with the 3 days, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I tend to like the Monday in the middle. So when you do the sidebar, I just, again, it's kind of what I found I prefer visually. So before, once upon a time, my pages used to match up. So, you know, Saturday, Sunday would match up with Wednesday, and Friday would match up with Tuesday, and Thursday would match up with Monday. They'd be in the same spot. But like I said, I have found that Monday I prefer it in that middle box spot. So I like it there. And in the weekend, I like to move the double box. Kind of keeps me creative. Lately, I've been trying out different companies and kits. I kind of started that way. I've been doing memory planning for almost a year now. But I'm finding that I am still learning things every single day. Watching other planner videos and things that they do, and I'm like, wow, that's so awesome. And then other things I'm like, wait, why did they do that? You know, you almost wish I could ask them. So right here, I think I put it down crooked. I did take it up without using undo. When I can take it up without undo, I do prefer it. I don't know why. Undo does make your life so much easier. But I think I'm still looking at it, seeing if it's crooked or not. It's a little bit harder or more challenging. I don't want to say harder. It's more challenging when you're recording a video to see if you're lined up or not. I think it can be a challenge all on its own. So here we are with our last part of glitter headers. So this week I moved, I actually moved from an apartment in with the guy that I've been dating. So took our relationship to the next level, and it's kind of interesting. Moving's never easy, but they wanted another $200 more a month in rent. And yeah, I knew I was going to move before my boyfriend and I decided to move in together. So it was just nice that we decided to move in. It's always nice when you have double income. It makes life nice when you're splitting bills and double your income. That is one advantage to being in a relationship, I believe. But why I say that is people that know me in real life know that I am more of a single, independent kind of person. I prefer to stay single. I don't like to have discussions with somebody or ask their thoughts or opinions. A little bit spoiled that way, I think. But sometimes you gotta sacrifice one thing for another. And this guy that I'm with right now, I actually quite enjoy him. So I don't mind giving up that freedom and independence. So I think that's pretty awesome. Makes me looking forward to what's to come. And I like that when you get to be in that part of the relationship where you're just excited about what's next. You know, what's the next stage for us? What will we be doing together next? I enjoy it. Everybody, I hear them say, oh, it's so hard to figure out what to talk about. And I'm like, I'll have no problem. I'm a teacher. I can talk. I don't know. Getting ready to go back to school here soon. I think it's evil. You turn on the television and the news reporter is like, we'll be heading back to school soon. I'm like, no, give me my last few minutes of spring break, please. Or summer break. I am looking forward to going back. I'm not going to lie. I miss the structure. I miss the students. I actually love what I do. I just don't like getting up so early. And, you know, it seems like every year when we start back, there's new changes. And you get to sit through all these new changes and you're like, wait, what? Why? And they never really tell you why because there's so many. They just kind of throw them at you and you kind of navigate them as you go. But I always look forward to meeting my students every year. That's the most exciting part, is the very first day when I get all brand new students and I get to meet them for the first time and they're coming back from summer and you want to have a good year and I want to have a good year. It's like all the anticipation. It's like New Year's, but in August. So it's awesome. Right now I'm laying down the ring protectors. These ones are from Planet Hannah, and because the matte bronze is hard to match, I went with black. So instead of matching, I have found that I prefer to go with black, but I think in the next kit that I want to use the matte bronze with, I don't know if black will match. This one, it was nice because you have that dark gray black in the kit. So it went really well with it, but I'm not so sure because the next one is kind of like a pink and white. Maybe I think there's like a light gray or a tan. So I'm not sure if I could put black with it. Maybe not. We'll see. I usually make the decisions as I'm laying down the kit. Sometimes I'll make decisions ahead of time. But for the most part, I make them right as I'm placing it. I decide what goes where. So this is kind of cool. But yeah, okay. So got a lot of the things down here. Earlier I mentioned that I had experienced stalking, and that's why I'm not doing the plan with me's. So what happened was I was in middle school and my mom made a friend on her job. I was quite a bit younger when she made this friend. They worked together in the shop, General Motors. So they worked together, they met, and it was 100% pure friendship. And my mom was kind of in a bad place. My parents had just gotten divorced, and so she was trying to go from a double income to a single income with 2 children. So that can be a challenging transition to make. And he was very good with finances. Not only was he good with finances, but he also would buy houses and rent houses out. And so he taught mom how to do that, brought her in, like had her partner with him So that way she could kind of understand the process. She started doing it on her own, where she started buying houses, fixing them up, renting them out, and it helped make additional income. So then that way it was easier for her to support 2 children on 1 income. So, yeah, this gentleman apparently wanted more than a friendship, and my mother did not. And so it ended up in a stalking situation. And why it ended up getting so scary so quick is because she had given him keys to our house at one point, and, you know, just said, hey, can you check on this? I think we were out of town. I don't remember. So when Mom made it clear to him that she didn't want to have a relationship beyond, you know, professional friendship, that kind of thing, he actually came into the house in the middle of the night while she was at work, and it was really scary. It was a scary situation, and it didn't really end there. And he would start threatening me a lot to my mom, you know, being her daughter. She's like, oh, well, if you don't do this, I'll do that. And it was not good. So having already dealt with that type of a situation in life, it just makes it a little bit, I think, scary for me to put myself out there online, let alone do like a day by day where I'm going through and telling you. Anybody that knows me in real life knows that I would not go to Starbucks. But if I went to Starbucks every Tuesday, and then you could figure out about where I live, you know, it's like, it just makes it kind of easy for somebody to, you know, figure out your patterns and routines when you're putting it all down every day in your memory planner and uploading it, and they're like, oh yeah, I can just go and see. Or if you're like, hey, I'm going on vacation to this city or something, and you know, it just, to me, it makes it too easy, and I want to make it a little harder. Maybe it's the true crime in me. So on my comparison video, which was my first video, I mentioned preferring washi strips, and here I'm actually putting the washi strips down. Again, it's looking a little crooked. So much more difficult to lay down a base when you're recording than you think. That's why I keep lifting it up, trying to see if it's crooked. But here, because it's Scribble Prints Co., I mentioned that I like how she does her washi. So I did the plain washi on Monday, because again, I'm color blocked. So on Thursday, I'm using the pattern washi. So then I use the pattern washi on Tuesday. That's kind of what I'm doing, going back and forth. So since Tuesday and Saturday are the same color, I went from the pattern to the plain. And again, I'm going to go to plain again on Wednesday because the plain's already out in my hand. And then we're going back to the pattern washi on Sunday. And then it kind of makes it weird for Thursday because I'm between a plain and a pattern. I tend to prefer the pattern. So that's what I went ahead and did, is put down the pattern. I do that more often than not. And then that way you can see that even though it is a pattern, I still think I switched it up enough and like it. So now I'm getting ready to put the wacky holidays down. That's why I put that extra strip. I've been doing it this whole year since January 1st, and I plan on continuing through December. Oh, nope, right now, sorry. I'm putting on the overlays, like the specialty overlays. Okay. That's always the fun part, I think, in voiceovers. You're not sure what you did when you recorded it, and you just get to see and figure it out. I usually do the washi, and then I do the wacky holidays right on top of the washi, but apparently I had not done my overlays for my glitter headers, so went back and did that, which means I'm getting ready to do them for the rest of them. I tend to grab a group of them. That's one thing I like about SPC's foil, is she doesn't have really spaces in between the glitter header covers, so it's like you can just pick up a big section and stick them on your finger and then just lay them down, lay them down, lay them down. So it makes my life a little bit easier. Yep, see, and just pull it off, but they're all on my finger, so I don't have to keep going back to the sheet. I think it makes life a little bit easier. So, just trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are teachers or parents or if you're in college, but I don't know how you guys feel about back to school. Like I said, I absolutely love back to school. I know we hem and haw, and what I mean by we teachers, it's like, summer's over. And I mean, but like I said, I love my routine. I love my students. I love what I do. I can make so much more money doing so many other things other than teaching. Maybe in my next plan with me, we'll discuss the whole, why do they say teachers don't make money? Because I have found that even though people hear about teachers not making money, they don't really understand or know why. So it's definitely it's definitely a thing. But I mean, again, I can make a lot more money and have a lot less headache doing anything else. You teach because you love it. You don't teach for time off, and I've heard that. You definitely don't teach for the paycheck. Time off, I mean, this summer I've kind of taken off quite a bit, but very rarely do I actually have a summer off. I usually will work summer school. I'll be taking classes, professional development. There's a lot of things. It's just you tend not to have a schedule. I've picked up like part-time jobs or summer jobs. So we've kind of done it all. It's not so much having a summer off, but it's just not having to get up so early every day, because let me tell you, school starts early. It would be nice if I was like in any other career. I think I would be sleeping in. Or, I worked at a hotel and I worked for a shift where I had to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Or at work at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I think teaching, I only have to be there at 7:30. I just get there like 6:37 in the morning. But, the hotel, getting up at 7 or being at work at 7, it's easier, I guess, because when I go in, I don't have to have a plan for the day. I do my job. The job's laid out. Right here, I put my tweezers in because I did not line it up correctly, so I am getting the undo currently, but I didn't want it to lay all the way down flat because it's the foil overlay and the sticker itself. So I wanted to use undo because that would definitely tear off the picture. So it's just remembering not to lay it all the way down and take your time with it, so then that way you don't pull up the picture. But yep, there we go. Because it looked like I got it on there a little bit crooked. I try to usually line it up with the bottom of the sticker. For some reason, looking at the pattern will throw me off a lot of times, so I usually am either lining it up on the edge or on the bottom. So trying to get a nice straight line either on the side or on the bottom of the sticker to help me get it down. But yeah, if you guys are still going to school, let me know. Like, if you have kids, if you're going to school, if you're a teacher, how do you feel about back to school? Like, are you excited about it? Are you dreading it? Maybe, like I said, you're a college student, or even, who knows, maybe you're in high school. And just let me know whether you like back to school or not. Maybe I'm, I want to say weird, but I don't like using the word weird. I might be different than the norm. But like I said, I love back to school. I love my schedule. How many times have I said that? That's funny. Okay, so I'm just adding on some of the elements to try to match the washi tape next to it. Kind of make it like a mini washi tape. So it was actually a washi strip from the kit. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Or was it... I think it was part of the washi strip from the kit. Okay, so here's the Once More with Love Wacky Holidays, which is why I like that additional washi strip piece. And again, it helps take up some of the space, so when you have slower days, it's easier, but then when you have busier days, again, it makes you really decide on what your top moments are that you want to remember. So again, like I said, I kind of take memory planning quite seriously. I don't want to remember that I worked this day or that I had bad days, or that I got into an argument with somebody. I want to remember the good times. So I only put those kind of in my planner. I'm not on social media. I got off of social media with the whole lockdown situation. Had to for my mental health, and found that I had a lot more time, and that I actually am a lot happier off of social media. So the only social media I do is YouTube. I've kind of thought here and there different reasons to go back on social media, but I've been off of social media for well over a year, probably about a year and a half. Here I'm putting down the weekend sticker. Looks like I'm coming to the end of my spread, my lay down. Yep, and now I'm getting the foil weekend sticker. I mentioned this in the comparison. It's one of the reasons why I love using SPC kits and foil, because you can match these up. I have tried with other kits, and their foil and their kit stickers, their weekend stickers, don't match up. But yep, it looks like that is my base. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Come back and see me again. Bye.